time to play ball. Roseburg baseball is coming up on the score.
A line drive snagged out of the air at shortstop by Paxton Berg.
Don't miss any of the action this season. Subscribe to 1490 The Score on YouTube to catch every pitch.
And with a double at second, Danner Wertz helping his own cause, gets Roseburg a run on the board.
Now, let's head to the field for the pregame show. Here's the voice of Roseburg High Sports, Joey Keeran.
Hello and good morning, everybody. Welcome to Harry and David Field in beautiful Medford, Oregon, as we get ready to bring you Roseburg High School baseball coming up here this afternoon on The Score. It's a doubleheader on the road against the South Medford Panthers for the Tribe after losing at home. Back on Tuesday, the Indians look to try and go on the road and get back on track after losing their last four. We'll see how things work out for the Tribe here today as we get ready to bring you high school baseball here on The Score. Welcome in, everybody. Joey Keeran with you here on the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. We'll have our conversation with Coach Troy Thompson coming up here in just a moment. Want to remind you that today's game is streaming live with video online at 541radio.com and on our 1490 The Score YouTube channel. Make sure you hit the subscribe button on YouTube to make sure you don't miss any of the action of Roseburg High Sports throughout the school year. We'll go ahead and get into our first commercial break and come back with the coach's interview here on The Score as we get ready for Roseburg and South Medford. We'll have a look at your Southern Septic Service starting lineups coming up in just a little bit as well. It's Roseburg baseball taking on South Medford, and we've got first pitch right around the corner here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Copy.
Social Security allows you the freedom to take stock of what's important and build lasting bonds. We share your goals. Trust Palm Wealth Management to consolidate your investments and generate income for those who need you most. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Everest, K2, and now the Mountain by Mountain Mike's Pizza, the biggest pizza this side of the Rockies. The mountain-sized pizza is a massive 20 inches wide, delivering 20 slices and a mountain of toppings. Made with the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. It's time to go big. Order yours now by using our mobile app.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Back with more of our Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. On the road for a doubleheader against the South Medford Panthers at beautiful Harry and David Field in Medford. As we get ready for today's matchup, it's time now for our Bowers Industrial pregame coaches interview, talking with Coach Troy Thompson. And Coach, it's looking like it'll shape up to be a nice Saturday here in the Rogue Valley. Well, hopefully we'll keep it that way. And your team has a chance to try and bounce back from the Tuesday loss against this Panthers team. It was a tight ball game until it wasn't there at the end. And, just the takeaways from that game. I know we talked a little bit about it after that one, but what kind of has stuck with you from game one in this 3-game series?
That's a very good club over there in South Medford, some physical players and very good up and down their lineup. So for us to put ourselves in position to win that ball game in the 7th inning, we go out and get 3 outs. We come out of there with a different result and to win. unfortunately that didn't play out, and we came out of there with what we got. So a lot of positives in that game. I thought we did a good job offensively to come out and score some runs and have a lead, and then have a lead late, like I said. And unfortunately, we didn't get it done on the mound and didn't get it done defensively, and the other parts of the game didn't fall our way on Tuesday. But we were there. So we'd like to play ourselves in that position again here today, to have a chance late to come down here and get a chance to get a couple ball games and see what happens. But not going to reinvent anything at this point. You've got to play well enough to give yourself a lead or a chance to stay close, and then hopefully come the end in those last critical outs and innings, you find yourself on the right side of things.
We saw the game featured 3 pitchers for you guys. End up having to go into the bullpen a little bit there with Danner on the mound. That hasn't always been the case, and it's usually set you guys up well for the weekend with your arms. How do you guys feel kind of going into having 2 games a day? So you obviously need to make sure you've got everybody available. How do you guys kind of feel when it comes to the bullpen and what you guys have available?
We feel good about where we're at arm-wise. We're in the same spot we're in. Come the weekend series, you kind of set yourself up for that, and both our Game 1 and Game 2 today guys are ready to go on full rest and ready to go. And our guys that threw on Tuesday are on full rest and, are able to throw as much as, we need that today. So, yeah, we're fine as far as our arms go. Hopefully we get some good performances on the mound today and give those guys a chance to throw well here. So, yeah, arm-wise, we're in a good spot. Danner can come back for 25 pitches today as well. So, a good effort by him on Tuesday to, when he came out, we had the lead, and, that's all you can ask for from your starters. And he did a good job in keeping us there and providing us with an opportunity to win that ball game.
As you guys kind of get here to this point, I was just going through this in my head, and I was telling my wife this morning, I feel like this is the first time I've had to go on the road for a Saturday doubleheader this season, and sure enough, I think it is. So, we talk about the doubleheaders a lot. We've talked about that through the years, but when they're on the road, it's a little bit of a different mentality. You got to kind of make sure the guys are prepared ahead of time, because you're on the road. It's a full day. You got to make sure you got food and water and all that kind of stuff.
That's right.
The process of getting these guys ready for being on the road for a doubleheader in league. What was that like maybe yesterday in the conversations at practice?
It didn't change. You're forgetting that we played Grants Pass on the road, or in our first league opening series. We had them in the double down at their place in. It feels like a season ago.
It feels like it's been a while.
And it's been over a month at this point. So, yeah, we had Grants Pass down there, but it's been a while, for sure. And we've talked about it at length before. But, in this league, with the format we have, that Saturday doubleheader is a long day and a big day. Obviously, you're playing 2/3 of your league schedule right there in one day. So, yeah, the preparation has not changed. It's something we've done for years. And, hopefully our kids understand that at this point, that it is a long day and it takes us all, and we're going to all be here and go through this experience together. But that planning doesn't start when you get up on Saturday morning. You've got to have yourself prepared starting Thursday and into Friday with your things you're going to need for a long day and a full trip. And like you said, your food and your drinks, things as simple as that turns into a big deal on the road. So you've got to plan and prepare for that, and hopefully we've done that well enough here today to give ourselves a chance here today.
I don't know if I've asked you about it in a pregame, but the Saturday doubleheader in league, it is fairly unique for the Southwest Conference. You don't see that in pretty much all the other conferences. And do you feel like that's a thing that kind of sharpens the team up for the season, or is it a thing that might I don't know, just, the fact that it is unique for you guys here?
Well, it's always been because of the travel and the distance between our clubs here in the Southwest Conference, and, that's part of it. I get it. But, you look around the state, and at this level that we play at, the 6A level, there's no one else doing a league doubleheader on any day of the week. So it is unique to us. And at times, I think that's kind of a good thing for us, mentality-wise, and how we have to approach our season. At the same time, you'd like to play those singles like some other leagues get the opportunity to do. But in doing that, there comes the travel and the missing school, and you're out of class a lot, obviously, when you do those things. So it's what we got right now and what we've had for years. So in this conference, we'll continue to do that until, something else comes along. If and when that may happen, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's what we have now, and it's worked well for this league, through the last lots of years.
Yeah. No, it definitely is, and just was kind of thinking it's unique, and it definitely makes these Saturdays very, very important. I think the thing you said about it being 2/3 of your league schedule is always kind of that definitely means it's big. So, well, Coach, appreciate the time, and we'll hope for the best for you guys out there.
Great, thanks, Joey. Thanks for being here.
That is Coach Troy Thompson joining us here on the Bowers Industrial pregame coaches interview, a proud supporter of our local community and youth sports, Bowers Industrial. We're getting ready for first pitch here. Coach is about to meet at home plate to exchange the lineup cards. We'll have a look at your Southern Septic Service starting lineups in just a few moments here as we get ready for the ball game. In fact, actually, why don't we just go ahead and knock it out, get it out of the way here before today's national anthem. All right, let's take a look at the visiting team first. That would be your Roseburg Indians. The Indians put together a lineup by head coach Troy Thompson in his 24th year leading the Tribe. It'll be Paxton Burke leading off at shortstop, followed by Fletcher Coleman, the pitcher, batting second. Christian Corba in center field will bat third, followed by Danner Wirtz, the first baseman, hitting cleanup, hitting fifth, and starting at third base is A.J. Black. Nick Ruiz in left field will bat sixth. Hitting seventh is the catcher, Amos Bowers. In at second base, batting eighth, Mason Young. And the 9-hitter is right fielder, Rylan Glasser. No DH for the Indians as they play a straight 9 here in this one. On the other side of the diamond for the home team, the South Medford Panthers here at Harry and David Field. Leading off is going to be Keegan Painter, the shortstop, followed by Easton Douglas, the catcher. Jake Lewis, the first baseman, will be the third hitter, followed by the pitcher, Jetty Robertson, batting in the cleanup spot. Dalton Rutgers is at second base, batting fifth. Randy Patrick hitting sixth, starting in center field. At third base, batting seventh, Max Illy. At the right field position will be Brady Clark hitting eighth, and Grady Clark, the left fielder, will bat in the 9th spot. It's a straight 9 for Coach Josh Moody in his 7th season with the South Medford Panthers as well. Here at Harry and David Field, we are looking at beautiful weather here today. There are some clouds, but it's mostly sunshine here today as we get ready for this one. Again, that was your Southern Septic Service starting lineup from residential to commercial. Southern Septic Service has your behind covered when it comes to septic tank pumping and inspections, portable toilet rentals, and grease trap cleaning. Southern Septic Service is woman and veteran owned and a proud supporter of our local sports teams. We are looking at great weather here today and expecting it to kind of keep that way. As here in Medford for this Saturday, we are expecting a high of 82 degrees. They're going to be hitting the upper 80s for tomorrow. There is a slight chance for a thunderstorm, but they're not expecting that until later on in the afternoon. So hopefully we will get things done, or mostly done, before any of that ends up starting to roll through the region. Again, a high of 82. Maybe a slight breeze, but nothing too drastic right now. The American flag out in left center field is draped on the flagpole with no breeze coming through the diamond. Here at Harry and David Field is 325 down the left field and right field lines, 400 to dead center field. It is home for the Medford Rogues during the summer. But here during the spring season, it is the home of the South Medford Panthers. They have done some great renovations, all new grass on the entire playing surface here. So they have really made an upgrade when it comes to the playing surface with different style of grass and things looking good out there here at Harry and David Field. It is early. I know during the summer sometimes this field can take a bit of a beating, especially with this Medford heat, but boy, they've got it looking real sharp and real good for today's action. Real classic field. It's all dirt and grass out there, so no artificial turf anywhere on this diamond. You've got the classic green-looking scoreboard out in left field that just gives it a real classic feel here in Medford. And it's always fun to get a chance to come down here and take part in games here in Medford. Coaches have exchanged the lineup cards. That means we are just about ready to get this one underway. So don't go anywhere, folks. We've got more coming up. That's going to do it for the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. We'll have the opening pitch to Game 1 of our doubleheader coming up when we come back. Again, a reminder, today's game is streaming live with the video online at 541radio.com and on the 1490 The Score YouTube channel. Hit subscribe and follow Roseburg High Sports with us here on The Score. We'll take the 2-minute timeout and come back with your with the start to the ball game. Game 1 of a doubleheader between Roseburg and South Medford here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat anytime you're hungry. Pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Back in Medford as we get ready for Game 1 of today's Twin Bill. It is 64 degrees with plenty of sunshine overhead, a few clouds out there, but overall a beautiful day for some baseball here in the Rogue Valley. Joey Keeran here with you as we get ready for today's contest. Let's introduce you to the starting pitcher for the South Medford Panthers. On the mound, it's right-hander Jetty Robertson. Robertson making his 5th start of the season. He's thrown 20 innings total. He's got a 3.15 ERA, 2-2 record with 21 strikeouts and 6 walks allowed on the season. Behind the plate is battery mate Easton Douglas back there, catching for the Panthers here today. Taking a look around the rest of the diamond, Jake Lewis over at first base, Dalton Rutgers at second. On the left side of the diamond, it's Max Illy at third and Keegan Painter at short. In the outfield from left to right, Grady Clark, Randy Patrick, and Brady Clark for the Panthers. Leadoff man for Roseburg is going to be Paxton Burke as we get ready to get this one underway. Before we get there, let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Roseburg Baseball here on The Score. Well, Roseburg is definitely in a position where they need to get some wins here as they make their way down the home stretch of the season. There's still a little ways to go. They've got a couple of league matchups still to follow after this one. North Medford and Willamette still on the schedule, but after losing their last 4, the Indians are definitely in a spot where they are desperate to try and get some victories. It'll be Paxton Burke, the leadoff man for the Tribe. Switch hitter will bat left-handed against the righty, and he takes the first, or he swings through and misses on the first pitch from Robertson, and we are underway here in this one. 0-1 count here for Burke. He'll take outside as the count goes to 1-1. Paxton Burke coming in, one of the top hitters on the team, batting .441 on the season, .515 on base percentage. He lifts one high in the air out towards right field, where Brady Clark drifting back. Deep right field, but not quite deep enough. Paxton will fly out to right. There's one away. Burke has kind of hit a bit of a mid-season lull. I don't want to say he's in a slump, but he has definitely been struggling a little bit more at the plate than he was earlier in the season, looking to get his bat hot once again. Fletcher Coleman, today's starting pitcher for the Tribe, will bat. A little bit of a check swing. Didn't really go at it too strong. And he ends up taking it for a strike. The 0-1 pitch hits the corner, and Coleman will fall behind 0-2. Robertson kicks and delivers, fighting off the inside pitch. Coleman stays alive. Jetty Robertson, a senior for this South Medford club, big right-hander. One of a number of seniors on this roster. He's pitch outside. Ball and 2 strikes. Big kid out there. Plays at first base when he's not on the mound. Breaking ball, misses the mark. High and away. Fletcher Coleman stepping in to bat with 2 strikes against him. Coleman comes in hitting .286 on the season. The 2-2 delivery. He goes opposite field. That ball has a chance to get down. It will. It gets down in front of Grady Clark out in left field. Opposite field. Bloop single for the first hit of the game for the Roseburg Indians here in the first inning. One aboard with 1 out. It'll bring up Christian Corba, who has had quite the freshman season for the Roseburg Indians. He's batting .240. I'd like to see the average up a little bit higher, but he has been productive at the plate. I don't have his slugging number in front of me here, but boy, it seems like every time he puts the ball in play and gets a hit out of it, it's for extra bases. He'll pop this one up. It will get caught by Douglas as he goes crashing into the padding next to the dugout for Roseburg, and he is shaken up, but he will bounce up and limp his way back towards home plate as he makes the catch in foul territory. They're going to bring in a courtesy runner now at first base for Coleman with the second out recorded. Corba almost got that one into the netting on the first base side behind home, but it just ended up that the catcher, Easton Douglas, was able to get there just in the nick of time. Running at first base will be Cameron Decker. If you can read Coach Thompson's writing there at the bottom of the lineup card, he had the players they've called up from JV written at the bottom there. Cameron Decker will run at first, the courtesy runner for the starting pitcher. So 2 down on a great play defensively by Easton Douglas back behind the plate. Sliding feet on his shin guards into the padding there just by the entry to the Roseburg dugout on the first base side. He crashed in hard, made the catch. Seems to be all right. He'll stay in the game as the pitch high and inside to Danner Wirtz. Batting fourth. He's got a man at first with 2 down. Danner is having a great follow-up to his strong freshman season, batting .413. They've moved him up the lineup card after last year batting in the bottom half of the order with a number of seniors and other guys they had in that heart of the order. But now Wirtz getting a chance to take over a more prime spot in the lineup, and he's producing. 19 RBI for him on the season. 2-0 pitch. He takes for a strike. Wind has started to pick up here. It is blowing in from left field at the moment. Decker, the runner, out at first. Danner tried to call time, didn't get credit for it, and takes a strike on the inside corner. A 2-2. He threw the hand up there with some time, but the umpire never gave him any credit for it. So he has to stand back in with the 2-2 pitch, and he'll swing through for strike 3. So the Roseburg Indians will go down in the first inning. A 1-out single by Fletcher Coleman is left stranded on base. We are through a half inning. We'll go to the bottom of the first. No runs, 1 hit, no error, 1 man left to board. Back with the Panthers coming up the bat when we return on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Bottom of the first, scoreless ball game here. On the mound for the Roseburg Indians will be the lefty, the junior, Fletcher Coleman, making his 6th start of the season. In 5 starts previously, he's thrown 24 innings, 1-1 record, a 3.5 ERA, 32 strikeouts, but he's got 21 walks on the other side, a little bit high on that number for him. They'll look to try and keep that in control. That has been an issue for the Roseburg Indians lately on the mound. It's just throwing a lot of pitches. They may end up being successful, but they're throwing a lot of pitches to get there. They're trying to cut that number down, be a bit more efficient on the mound. Keegan Painter will lead things off for South Medford. We'll run through the Roseburg defense here in the bottom of the first as we get you that Southern Septic Service starting lineup. Coleman's first pitch is a line drive down the left field line. It is fair, and it's into the corner. Long run for Nick Ruiz. It'll be extra bases for Keegan Painter. Painter on Tuesday against Roseburg was lights out at the plate, 3 for 4. He was a tough out, and that continues here in this one. A leadoff double for the Panthers, a man in scoring position. South Medford looking to jump on the Tribe early on. Easton Douglas will bat, as Painter will be out at second base in scoring position with nobody out. We'll see if they look to play some small ball here with Douglas at the plate. He does show a bunt. He'll push it down third base side. It goes foul down that line. And so back to the plate for Easton Douglas with the 0-1 count. Easton Douglas, a second-team All-Southwest Conference selection last year. He's committed to go play at Lewis Clark State, joining Roseburg shortstop Paxton Burke out there in Lewiston, Idaho. Coleman's 0-1 pitch, swinging away. It's a ground ball to first. Running to the bag himself will be Wirtz. And up to third base will go Painter with 1 away. He's 90 feet from home with just the 1 out. It'll bring up Jake Lewis, the first baseman. Defensively for Roseburg, back behind the plate, Amos Bowers catching here today. Danner Wirtz at first base, Mason Young at second. Left side of the diamond, you've got A.J. Black at third and Paxton Burke at short. It's the first pitch, breaking ball in on the hands, fouled away by Lewis. In the outfield for Roseburg here today, out in left field, it's Nick Ruiz. In center field, Christian Corba. And out in right field, you've got Rylan Glasser. Coleman with the 0-1 count to the first baseman, Lewis. They're going to give up the run. Coming in to score will be Painter as a ground ball to shortstop Paxton Burke. Might have gave it a quick glance, but decided to just get the out at first base. It'll be an RBI ground out for Lewis. And there are 2 away, and now Jetty Robertson will bat, looking to help his own cause. With nobody on base and 2 away, trying to find a way on. He'll foul off the first pitch. Well, this was kind of the case on Tuesday between Roseburg and South Medford. The Panthers do a good job of putting the ball in play, getting the bat on the ball and making Roseburg work for it. Strike on the inside corner, and Fletcher Coleman is ahead 0-2 in the at-bat against Robertson. 1-0 lead. South Medford in front here in the bottom of the first. Coleman trying to get the final out. A ball lifted down the right field line, heading towards foul territory, and it'll end up in the bullpen down the right field side here at Harry and David Field. You've got decent room in foul territory here behind home and down the line on the infield in front of both dugouts. But once you get to the outfield, the foul territory space really closes down quickly out there. Not a lot of room to make a play. The 0-2 pitch bounces outside off the chest protector for Bowers. Count goes to 1-2 against the cleanup hitter, Jetty Robertson. Both teams with a hit in this one, but a double leading to a run here in the first inning for South Medford as they grab the early lead. A 2-2 count as a pitch low and outside. Fletcher needs one more to get through things here in the first inning. The lefty delivers high. And the count goes full against the cleanup batter. South Medford wearing their home whites. Kind of more of a cream color, but at home they'll wear the whites here. Roseburg on the black, tops on the road. There is the 3-2 pitch outside for ball 4. A walk issued. Robertson will find his way on. Dalton Rutgers will bat, the second baseman, hitting with 2 down and a man at first. And they will bring in a courtesy runner for the starting pitcher. Coming in to take over at first will be Luke Nash, the junior outfielder. Will be used as a courtesy runner. One on, 2 out for Dalton Rutgers. First pitch from Coleman misses low for ball 1. And this is what Roseburg's pitching has kind of struggled with lately, is attacking that strike zone. They've been kind of trying to nibble around at it, and it has led them to throwing a lot of pitches as of lately. The 1-0 from Coleman is high out at first base. Nash, a big secondary lead, seeing that pitch coming in high. He will hustle back to the bag with a 2-0 count at the plate for Dalton Rutgers, the 5-hitter in the lineup card. Coleman taking his time, will deliver home, and the pitch is high. Well out in front for Rutgers, and his first at-bat on the day. 5-hitter at the plate already, a 1-0 lead for the Panthers in the first inning. Fletcher will work a strike across to keep the at-bat alive here against Rutgers. Randy Patrick waits on deck. South Medford took a lead first in the game on Tuesday, and Roseburg battled their way back. Pitch inside. That's back-to-back walks with 2 outs here in the first.
Now batting for the Panthers, number 3, Randy Patrick.
Runners at first and second after back-to-back 2-out walks. And Randy Patrick will look to try and make Roseburg pay for it here as Bowers will make a trip out to the mound. South Medford scored first on Tuesday in what ended up being a 12-7 victory for the Panthers. Roseburg ended up rallying back. They led 5-1 in the third inning. RHS had the lead or was either tied in the game. They didn't trail again until the top of the 7th when South Medford would put 6 runs on the board to build that big lead. Roseburg unable to battle back in the bottom of the 7th. They were 3 outs away from getting a win on Tuesday. Could not close it out. Looking to close out the first inning here, Fletcher Coleman facing Randy Patrick. First pitch is high, ball 1. Got to find the strike zone here. Coleman went to a full count before walking Jetty Robertson, and he fell behind 3-0 against Dalton Rutgers before issuing a walk on the 5th pitch of the at-bat. Ooh, on the inside, just missing the corner. Looked like a good pitch there from Coleman, but Patrick, waiting to see his strike, was willing to let it go by, even if it had been called a strike, and he got the call on that side. The 2-0 pitch here for Coleman. Runners at first and second with 2 away. And Patrick will finally see a strike as he stands in there looking very intent not to swing until he is seeing a strike against him. In the bottom of the first, South Medford They've threatened here, and they're looking to add some more. Ball popped up on the infield. It will be A.J. Black to call everybody off. Fletcher was kind of watching. He knew he probably was supposed to let one of his other infielders take it, but was thinking about trying to grab it himself. Ends up letting A.J. grab that one just in front of the mound. So the Panthers will grab a 1-0 lead here in the first inning. 1 run on 1 hit. There were no Roseburg errors. 2 men left on base for South. Go to the top of the second on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Top of the second inning here, 1-0 lead for the South Medford Panthers. A.J. Black leading things off against Jetty Robertson. He'll take high and inside just at the hands for ball 1. So we welcome you back here to Harry and David Field, where the Roseburg Indians have a doubleheader against the Panthers. Game 1 underway. Swing and a miss for strike 1 for A.J. A.J. Black coming into today's action for the Roseburg Indians, batting at .260. Fouls one away for strike 2. A.J. batting 5th. Nick Ruiz waits on deck. Amos Bowers in the hole. 3 batters due up here in the second inning for the Indians. Pitch misses high. The count will go to 2-2 as we lead things off. Be a busy day in the Southwest Conference again here today. There's another pitch high, 3-2. Starting out today, Roseburg 3 games out of first place at 6-4. Willamette leading the way at 9-1. Sheldon at 9-4. Roseburg and North Medford both at 6-4. Strike 3, a curveball in the inside corner. A.J. Black watches it go by, thinking it was going to be ball 4. He ends up headed back to the dugout instead. 1 away, Nick Ruiz will bat. South Medford has played quite a few games. They're at 7-6 on the season. They've played more than the teams in front of them for the most part. Say first pitch low to Ruiz, 1-0 count. So South Medford is just a hair behind Roseburg and North Medford at 3.5 games out of first place. Grants Pass at 2-8 and South Eugene at 0-12 in league. Pitch is high, 2-0 count for Nick. Ruiz trying to find a way on base. Comes in today batting .227. Take a look at the matchups for around the Southwest Conference today. That breaking ball in the inside corner continues to be a strong pitch for Jetty Robertson. He's been able to drop that one in a bucket on the inside corner for the strike call. The 2-1. A little elevated. The count goes 3-1 for Nick Ruiz. Grants Pass is at Sheldon today for their doubleheader starting at noon. Willamette at North Medford. They start at 1 for their doubleheader. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball, tailing away from the hitter. And Ruiz swinging through. He's got himself a full count with 1 out and nobody on. Ooh, got hit by that pitch. And I don't know if we're going to get an appeal or not, but on the mound, Robertson trying to say that he leaned into that one. He's not going to get that. Not going to get that call. Nick Ruiz will find his way on base with the hit by pitch. It's the 5th time this season for Nick. He will earn his way on as the Indians once again will have a man on base with 1 out. They had a man on with 1 out after a base hit by Fletcher Coleman in the first. Amos Bowers batting. Pickoff throw down to first base. Ruiz back in safely. 1-0 count for Bowers. Batting in the 7 spot for Amos today. Hitting 184 on the year. He'll take a strike. So with Grants Pass and Sheldon, Caveman trying to knock off the second place Irish. Time called before the pitch. It'll stay a 1-1 count. A 1-1 delivery by Robertson. Grounded foul by Bowers, who tried. He threw his hand up just barely off the bat. Didn't get the call, but he was looking to try and call time there. Ended up fouling off the pitch. Robertson on the mound, trying to lengthen things out in between pitches. Now goes a bit quicker. He'll miss low, and the count goes to 2-2. North Medford and Willamette squaring off today. We should be able to get some score updates from that one for you and pass those along. In the dirt, runner takes off, throw down to second base, and they are going to beat Nick Ruiz to second base. He got buried in the dirt out there, caught stealing on a ball that was low, but picked up quickly by Douglas, and he fires down to second, getting the second out here in this one. I believe the count went full at 3-2. And Amos Bowers now with nobody on base and 2 down, a full count pitch coming. And Robertson will step off before he delivers. Roseburg trying to get aggressive out there, trying to see if they could get a man into scoring position. Instead, they get the second out. Strike 3 called. Top of the strike zone there. Down goes Amos Bowers. 3 strikeouts in the game for Jetty Robertson so far. And Roseburg will not bring in the game-tying run. They don't leave anybody on base. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Roseburg trailing 1-0 against South Medford here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
At Roseburg Disposal, we're dedicated to meeting your garbage service needs. Started in 1932 by brothers Norm and Orville John, Roseburg Disposal continues to be owned and operated by the John family today, now in its 3rd generation. Providing residential and commercial garbage disposal and recycling, we serve the greater Roseburg area. Invested in our community, our company has participated in many community projects, both financially and through donated services. Committed to our customers and our community, Roseburg Disposal.
Bottom of the second inning. Roseburg trailing 1-0. Fletcher Coleman will face the 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Panthers. First pitch low and inside for ball 1 against Max Ely, who is the 3rd baseman, was starting pitcher in Tuesday's game. Takes a strike on the outside corner to even things up at 1 ball, 1 strike. Today's game brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. Swing and a miss by Illy, and he finds himself behind 1 ball, 2 strikes. Brady Clark and Grady Clark, they will be the other 2 scheduled batters here in the second. There's a pitch on the 1-2 missing. Great crowd showing up here today. Sun umbrellas out. Always love to see the umbrellas out for some shade instead of for some weather. That's always good. Ball fouled away by Illy. He's got a 2-2 count still. But the sunscreen smell was prevalent down in the dugout for Roseburg as guys were getting ready for what is going to be a sunny day here in the Rogue Valley. Another ball fouled away by Illy. He stays alive at the plate. Couldn't really ask for much better weather here in Medford today. Temperatures will get warm by the afternoon, that's for sure. Max Illy comes in batting .229 on the season. He'll ground one, third base side. Deep in the hole at short, knocked down by Burke, but he could not field it cleanly. And if he had been able to, he would have had a chance, but it would have been a long throw that he would have had to get there quickly. It'll be an infield single for Illy. Just the second hit in the ballgame for the Panthers. They lead at 1-0. Combined 3 hits between the two teams so far. The lefty Fletcher Coleman will face Brady Clark, who bats in the 8th spot, the right fielder. Takes the first pitch for strike one. Brady Clark. Take a look-see here. Brady Clark comes in hitting 136 on the year. Pickoff throw to first base is high and not in time. Coleman will set for the 0-1 pitch. Showing a bunt, offering a pickoff throw down to first, and they couldn't get the tag down in time. At the plate, Brady Clark offering for a sacrifice bunt attempt. And quickly throwing the snap toss down to first for Bowers. Just couldn't quite get it there in time to get Illy off the bag. 0-2 pitch from Coleman. Off speed, drops on the outside corner, strike three. First strikeout in the game for Fletcher. There's one away here in the second. They couldn't move the runner into scoring position. Still just one out. Grady Clark might look to try and sacrifice himself as well, although you've got the extremely dangerous hitter Keegan Painter waiting on deck. Roseburg will look for a ground ball to try and turn two with here and get out of this second inning before Painter gets a chance to come up to bat again. Strike taken on the outside corner. Grady Clark falls behind 0-1. Grady comes in hitting .313 on the year out of that 9th spot, batting there. Pickoff throw to first. Softly tossed over by Coleman. Roseburg softball taking on South Medford today in a doubleheader as well. Keep a tabs on that, and we'll have an opportunity to catch up on what's going on with Roseburg High Sports coming up in between games. A swing and a miss, strike two for Grady Clark. So stay tuned in between games. We will have kind of a look around Roseburg High School athletics, get you caught up with what's going on this spring sports season. Fletcher Coleman, one out, man at first. He's got the 0-2 count against the 9-hitter Clark. That is Grady. Ground ball towards third. It's picked up by Black. He will throw it wide of the bag at second. It rolls into the outfield. And you've got a runner off at first. Out at second base, Max Illy did not break for third. He got tangled up at third base as Mason Young tried to get to the baseball, thrown wide of the bag by A.J. Black. And Illy, I think, just expected that ball to get recovered in the outfield faster. And so he just kept hanging out at second base, and seemed like he had multiple chances to try and get going. Decided not to risk it eventually. Feels like after you hesitate once, you don't really want to delay and try and go again. A strike for Keegan Painter. Painter with a double down the left field line his first time up. He's got the 0-1 count. Bats here with 2 men in scoring position. 2 men on base, 1 in scoring position. He takes a strike on the outside corner. .0-2 count. Painter, the leadoff man, up to bat for a second time after he started things in the bottom of the first inning and eventually came around to score, giving South Medford their current 1-0 lead. Coleman, the 0-2 pitch is in the dirt, knocked down by Bowers, holding the runners. Fletcher Coleman trying to get through the second frame without letting the score get any bigger. He had a ground ball that he would have liked to have seen result in an out somewhere, but thrown away at second base as they tried to go around the horn for a double play. The 1-2. Missing inside. Count goes to 2-2 as fire personnel go streaming by the stadium here. 2-2 count. Hopefully it's not as serious as it sounds with the sirens going by there. The 2-2. Missing low and outside. A pickoff throw to second base. I'm not sure where Bowers was going with that. He threw down towards second, but it ends up going towards Paxton Burke, the shortstop, who was well off the bag. Luckily, Burke was looking and was able to react in time to get the one hop into his glove, not let it get away. Runners at first and second. 3-2 pitch. Line drive out towards right field, and Rylan Glasser is there for the catch. They might have a chance at a double play, and they will. Max Illy, he's all turned around out at second base. He did not tag up. He thought that was getting down, and he is the final out here in the second. A strikeout to right field by Keegan Painter, caught by Rylan Glasser for the second out, and they double off Max Illy out at second base. That will finish things off here in the second inning. Roseburg will get out of the traffic on the bases. No runs, the one hit, one error, and one man left on base. We go to the top of the third. It's still 1-0 South Medford on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To expand your portfolio? Consolidate your investments with Palm Wealth Management. Our trusted team makes it easy to diversify and track your investments. Let Palm Wealth Management coordinate your financial strategy. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Baseball weather down here in Medford, top of the third inning. Today's ball game brought to you by Flyaway Travel. Contact the travel experts at Travel Leader, Flyaway Travel. Make sure you have an agent in your corner. Call 541-672-5701. Well, Roseburg keeps it a one-run deficit with a little bit of defense there. Base running mistake by Max Illy. Out at second base, didn't tag up on a ball hit pretty well to right field by Keegan Painter, but it was caught by Rylan Glasser for the second out, and then they double off the runner at second base for the final out of the frame. First pitch, strike one against Mason Young, who will bat out of the 8-hole. Mason coming in hitting .317 on this season. Takes high and inside, just underneath the letters. A 1-1 count. One delivery. Robertson pops the glove but misses outside. Mason Young is ahead, 2 balls and a strike. 8-9 hitters due up here in the third inning for the Tribe as they try to claw their way back in, and a 1-0 deficit. Breaking ball drops at the top of the zone for strike 2. Rylan Glasser waits on deck. He'll be the last man to bat for the first time in the game. Paxton Burke in the hole, back to the top of the order. 2-2 pitch, grounder sharply hit towards first. It is fielded at the bag by Lewis. He will run and touch it himself. Sharply hit ball right down the first base line for Mason Young, but he couldn't squeeze it past the first baseman. There's one away. Rylan Glasser will stand in with nobody on base. Glasser, not an everyday starter for the Tribe, but he comes in hitting .389 in 24 plate appearances. The lefty shows a bunt. He'll push it down the third base side. It'll be snagged by the third baseman, who makes a great play. Illy defensively comes up with a big play. Almost looked like Illy and Robertson were about to collide trying to get to that bunt.
Now batting for the Indians, number 7.
But Illy steps right in front, snags it off the turf with the glove, able to transition and fire a strike to first to retire Glasser. So top of the order with 2 down and nobody on base. Paxton Burke will bat. Burke will ground one right side, a bounding ball. Almost died off the lip there for Dalton Rutgers, but he fields and gets the out at first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Roseburg Indians at the plate. 3 groundouts, and they cannot produce any action on the bases. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. We go to the bottom of the third on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Heading to the bottom of the third and a 1-0 lead for the South Medford Panthers against the Roseburg Indians. For South Medford, it'll be Douglas, Lewis, and Robertson due up here in the third inning. Fletcher Coleman continues to throw. He's given up 2 hits and just the 1 run so far. But he's had to pitch around some traffic through the first 2 innings. He'll drop a breaking ball on the inside corner against the lefty Easton Douglas. Starts off with the 0-1 count. Douglas a ground out to first in his first at-bat. The 0-1. Line drive out towards right field. It'll carry out to Rylan Glasser, who actually ends up making a sliding catch to retire Douglas. Glasser looked like he had a read on it without needing to try and go to the turf, but he does slide as he makes the grab for the out. A lot of youngsters getting some action out there for Roseburg. Glasser just a sophomore in right field. It's a pitch in the dirt, a 1-0 count. We mentioned Cameron Decker earlier. I believe he's just a freshman. We've also got Dylan Gregory, a freshman, who's in the dugout as a possible player to be used here today. It's a 1-0 count. Misses low and outside. Jake Lewis grounded out, but drove in a run in the first inning to give South Medford a 1-0 lead. Of course, you've got the freshman Christian Corba out in center field as well. A 2-0 pitch. Outside, 3-0 count. In fact, you look at things, you've got Paxton Burke at short, Amos Bowers behind the plate. Those are the only seniors on the field right now for the Roseburg Indians. 3-0 will catch the inside corner for Fletcher Coleman. Brady Popkin and Riley Cheney in the dugout. The other 2 seniors of the 4 on this roster for the Indians. A pitch inside. Count goes to a walk for Lewis. We'll draw that walk. Ends up on base for the first time today. 3rd walk in the game for Coleman. Something that he would like to cut down on if he can. It'll be an area to work on improving. This is his first season of really getting some pitching action for Fletcher. Was used over the summer with Legion Baseball, but didn't throw last year for Roseburg. A ball up the middle, could be two. Young flips it to Burke, back over to Wirtz. There it is. An inning double play once again for the Indians. That'll go down 4-6-3 to retire Jetty Robertson. And Roseburg, in an unconventional way, they get a 1-2-3 inning here in the third. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. A little bit of defense there for the Tribe. And we will head to the top of the fourth inning. It is a 1-0 lead for the Panthers on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Roseburg Disposal, we're dedicated to meeting your garbage service needs. Started in 1932 by brothers Norm and Orville John, Roseburg Disposal continues to be owned and operated by the John family today, now in its third generation. Providing residential and commercial garbage disposal and recycling, we serve the greater Roseburg area. Invested in our community. Our company has participated in many community projects, both financially and through donated services. Committed to our customers and our community, Roseburg Disposal.
Everest, K2, and now the Mountain by Mountain Mike's Pizza. The biggest pizza this side of the Rockies. The mountain-sized pizza is a massive 20 inches wide, delivering 20 slices and a mountain of toppings. Made with the freshest and finest ingredients. Dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings to the edge. It's time to go big. Order yours now by using our mobile app.
Top of the fourth inning, today's ball game here on the Score is brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop, and by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. Roseburg trailing by a run, looking to try and get into this one. They have not threatened to score in this one. They have not had a man into scoring position yet. Fletcher Coleman will lead things off. He's the only man to have a hit so far against Jetty Robertson. It was a bloop single out to left field in the first. Robertson's pitch misses high for ball one. Try and see if we can find some scores for some other games. It looks like Grants Pass might be leading Sheldon 2-1. It's a pitch outside, 2-0 count. And the other baseball matchup in the Southwest Conference going on right now actually make it 4-1. Grants Pass in front of Sheldon. As a ground ball up the middle, bounding ball to Keegan Painter. He's got time, throws a bit high to first, but Lewis stretches to get there. That'll retire Coleman. And it'll be one away. That is 5 straight batters retired by Robertson. Last man to get on base was Nick Ruiz, was hit by a pitch in the second, got caught stealing. Corbel will take on the inside corner for strike one. He popped out to the catcher, Easton Douglas, making a great sliding play into the backstop behind home to get the out. The 0-1 pitch from Robertson. Out in front of the off speed, just gets it off the end of the bat there for Corbett to foul it away. They're in the bottom of the third inning. Sheldon up to bat. The Cavemen right now leading the Irish 4-1 in that baseball matchup. Pitch is high, 1-2 count for Corba. Did get a score from the Roseburg softball game. Roseburg leading 1-0 in the bottom of the fourth against the South Medford Panthers in that game one of a doubleheader. Out to right field, that ball drifting into foul territory. It was another ball right up against the fence line. This time the defense cannot make the play against Corba. Would have been another one with a defender crashing in, giving up the body to try and make the catch to get him, much like we saw in the first inning with Easton Douglas making the catch behind home. Rylan Glasser's getting loose in the bullpen for Roseburg right now. Another lefty. Could be ready to go at a moment's notice for the Indians. The 1-2 pitch, buzzing back. Corba leans back out of the way, has a 2-2 count. Two-two delivery here for Robertson. Nobody on, one away. Swing and a miss at a ball in the dirt. Heading down to first base. Easy toss that direction by Douglas. A strikeout for Robertson. That is his fourth in the ball game. And there's two away for the Indians. Now 6 straight retired for the Panthers. Danner Wirtz, a strikeout victim in the first. Try to get a 2-out rally going here for the Tribe. First pitch misses, ball 1. The 1-0 from Robertson outside. Just a 1-0 ball game. It's not lopsided one way or the other, although it kind of feels like a sizable lead with Roseburg's inability to get guys on right now against Jetty Robertson, who hits the strike zone on the outside corner. Robertson's strong pitching has made that 1-0 lead feel pretty big, but doesn't take much to make up a 1-run deficit. As a swing and a miss by Wirtz. He finds himself behind, or he finds himself in a 2-2 count. Wirtz is a guy that does have the power to maybe tie it up with one swing, but the wind blowing in from left field right now. A 2-2 pitch, breaking ball inside. The count goes full with 2 down and nobody on. Well, if Grants Pass can pull off that win against Sheldon in game 1 of that doubleheader, that would be helpful in the league standings. Swing and a miss, another strikeout for Wirtz, and that will finish it off. Another 1-2-3 inning for Jetty Robertson. We will head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Still a 1-0 lead at South Medford in front of Roseburg. We return on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Bottom of the 4th inning, Fletcher Coleman back out to work for the Indians. His first pitch kicks up some dirt behind home for a 1-0 count to start against Dalton Rutgers. Roseburg baseball on the Score, brought to you by Dr. Lance and Randall. 1-0 swing and a miss. Family and cosmetic dentistry, call Dr. Randall at 541-378-6694 or visit drrandall.com. 1-1 pitch, drops on the outside corner for strike 2. And Fletcher ahead in the at-bat here against Rutgers. Dalton Rutgers on Tuesday was 1 for 3 with an RBI. He'll ground one towards third, and it is a backhand attempt in foul territory by A.J. Black. Couldn't handle it, but it's across the chalk line. Fighting off the pitch, Rutgers back at the plate. He walked in the first inning. Back on Tuesday, Rutgers did have a walk, was 1 for 3 at the plate. Scored a run, had an RBI as well. He'll hit one, a line drive shot right at Danner Wirtz at first base. And there is one away. That one was hit right at Wirtz. He didn't have to adjust at all. Just stuck the glove up and made the catch. One down, Randy Patrick batting. Pitch misses way outside the zone. Rutgers had come in batting .313 today. Lines out there. He's 0 for 1 on the afternoon so far. 1-0 pitch. Patrick will take a strike. Back at home in Roseburg, the Umpqua Riverhawks are occupying Champion Car Wash Field this afternoon with a big doubleheader against the Mount Hood Saints today. Pitch on the corner. Coleman works a strike across against Patrick, a 1-2 count. Right now, UCC leading 1-0 in the top of the 5th in that game against Mount Hood. Fletcher Coleman's 1-2 pitch to Patrick. Oh, laser into the dugout for the Roseburg Indians. And the guys over there don't even flinch. They just barely leaned out of the way as that ball went whizzing by them, ricocheted off the front of the dugout roof. That was dangerous. There's a ball out towards left center. It is going to drop in for a base hit. Just out of the reach of everybody. Nick Ruiz looked like he was the first to have a chance to maybe get there. But Randy Patrick will just bloop one softly out to the shallow left center alley. And he gets on with a base hit, third hit in the game for the Panthers. First hit for South Medford since the second inning. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. 1-0 lead, South Medford in front with one out. They've got a man at first. Just off the outside corner for ball one here to Max Illy. The Indians have finished off the last two half innings defensively with a double play. See if they could do it again here with one out and a man at first. The 1-0 pitch, pickoff throw to first, not there in time. Illy was the man that got doubled off back in the second. Did not tag up on a fly ball to right field. And they got him at second base in time for the final out of the frame. He'll take low, a 2-0 count. In the third inning, it was a 4-6-3 ground into a double play to finish things off for Jetty Robertson. 2-0 count. Grounder towards third. It's a high chopper, biggest hop, and the big play is going to be to go to first. They throw to second base to see if they can get the runner off the bag there. They won't get the out there. Max Illy will be out at first base on the ground ball chopper to A.J. Black. Black came charging in. It was just a high hop, and because of that high hop, didn't have a chance to try and start a double play from the third base position. Charging in, all his momentum taking him towards the first base line, and A.J. Black makes the smart play to get the out at first. Man in scoring position with two away. Brady Clark up to bat, the 8-hitter, coming in, batting sub 200. They got him on a strikeout looking the first time. He'll foul off the pitch. 0-1 count. Looks like it's Douglas County native Tristan Ledbetter that is starting game one in that, or he's pitching at least now. Not sure if he was the starting pitcher, but Ledbetter on the mound for the Riverhawks there at Champion Car Wash Field. 0-1 count for Brady Clark. Out at second base is Randy Patrick. Fletcher Coleman on the mound trying to keep this a one-run ball game. That ball fouled off for strike two. Roseburg's got to get some offense going here soon against Jetty Robertson. I haven't noticed any activity in the bullpen for South Medford here today. Robertson's been pitching well, so I imagine they are riding with him for the time being. 0-2 count. Brady Clark with two down and a man at second. Off-speed pitch high. So 1-2 pitch coming up here for Fletcher Coleman. He's taking a long look out to second base, getting on the same page with his middle infielders, Burke and Young. Coleman will pick to second. They've got him there, dead to rights. Yes, they'll pick off the runner at second base. Patrick was going the wrong direction, and he gets caught out at second base. And so the Indians will get through things here in the bottom of the fourth. We head to the top of the fifth. It is still 1-0 South Medford here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. broadcast of Roseburg High Sports here on The Score, brought to you by First Choice Health Insurance, your trusted team for all your insurance needs. And we want to say thanks to Bowers Industrial, our pregame interview sponsor. Bowers Industrial, a proud supporter of our local community and youth sports. It'll be A.J. Black, Nick Ruiz, and Amos Bowers due up here in the 5th inning against Jetty Robertson, who misses inside with his breaking ball. 1-0 count to start. Robertson, 5 strikeouts in the ball game. He has now retired 7 consecutive batters as A.J. Black will foul one to the backstop. 1-1 count here for A.J. Breaking ball, he lays off. It ends up in the dirt. Gets ahead, 2 balls and a strike. Robertson's pitch, fouled away. Well, A.J. Black, a strikeout victim back in the 2nd inning on a full count pitch. He thought it was going to be ball 4. The 2-2 from Robertson. High. Almost got A.J. looking again. Full count pitch. Ball 4. Leadoff walk for the Indians. And that will be the first walk issued by Robertson. He came in, he'd only given up 6 free passes on the season in 20 innings of work. He is up to 24 innings on the season, and that's just his 7th walk of the year. Showing a bunt, Nick Ruiz, throw down to first base, gets away, and that's going to put a man into second base for Roseburg. Black will get to second. And the Indians do not necessarily need to sacrifice a batter to try and get a man into scoring position. An error on the play there for South Medford, and Roseburg has a man at second base. And time called. We get a visit out to the mound for South Medford. I believe it's a 1-0 count. That's what we get up on the scoreboard from the esteemed B.G. Gould, who is a scorekeeping extraordinaire over to my right. Always good to catch up with Beej when I'm here in Medford, but I don't have to be in Medford for Beej to get in touch with me. He's got my number on speed dial. He's always willing to give me a call and chat my ear off as we talk high school sports here in the Southern Oregon region. Beach is a good guy, and it's been a relationship that has been very bountiful through the years because, boy, he can always help me out with any sort of question I have when it comes to the Medford sports scene. Nick Ruiz at the plate. Coach Sestair and Coach Thompson talking to him after the meeting on the mound here for South Medford. The 2 Roseburg base coaches get together, head coach Troy Thompson and first base coach Tim Sestair. Talking strategy with their batter as the Panthers talk strategy with their defense. Runner at second base for the Indians in a 1-0 ball game, nobody out. And Ruiz is going to lay down a bunt again, but it pops back behind home for strike 1. A throwing error has A.J. Black out at second after a leadoff walk here in the 5th inning. Nobody out, a 1-1 pitch to Ruiz. He squares the bunt again and again, fouls it back. And so Nick Ruiz will have 2 strikes against him. Robertson out of the stretch. He's going to hit Ruiz for a second time in the ball game. That one catches him more on the shoulder rather than on the elbow where he got hit last time. And he's down to first base. And Roseburg, a little something brewing here. Still need to get some offense, get some swings to go. And it'll bring up Amos Bowers, who is 0 for 1 in the game with a strikeout back in the 2nd. And nobody out. And runners at first and second. Bowers will lay down a sac bunt, third base side, but it rolls foul for strike 1. Bowers trying to see if he can put 2 runners in scoring position. The Indians playing some small ball, but they've got the opportunity with 2 runners on base. Playing in at first base is Jake Lewis. Coming in at third, Illy as well. There is a bunt. It goes right back to the mound. Bobbled. Throw to third in time. Late slide by A.J. Black to get into third base. Looked like he was trying to run his way there and realized late that he should try to slide. Could not beat the throw, even with the bobble by Robertson. So they get the lead runner.
Number 1, Dylan Gregory.
So A.J. Black is the lead runner. He's out at third. 1 out. Ruiz up to second base. Bowers got on with a fielder's choice, and we're going to get a conference here between Coach Thompson and the home plate umpire. Fielder's choice for Amos Bowers gets him on at first. They bring in Dylan Gregory to run for him at first base. And now the umpires are going to get together and actually talk about this here. I mean, other than questioning whether or not the runner had gotten there before the throw, that's the only thing I can really think to question, but they're not going to overturn anything. So it'll be 1 out for Roseburg. Still have runners at first and second. Mason Young will bat. They play in at first base, expecting that Roseburg may stick with that sacrifice bunt strategy. Mason Young does not show a bunt, and he takes a strike. They'll back Jake Lewis up at first. He'll play back behind the runner now. Still in at the grass is Illy, just behind it. Out at second base, Nick Ruiz dancing around. A ground ball towards short. They'll go to second for 1. Relay throw to first. Gets away, and it's going to get by. Coming in to score will be Ruiz, and we got a tie ball game as that one gets out of play. Mason Young at second base at the moment. I don't think they'll give him another bag on that one as it got away. They did call a dead ball here, and I think out to get the baseball will be the home plate umpire. That's all he's headed to the mound for. So up to second base goes Young on the overthrow. So that'll be a throwing error on the second baseman. Out at second was Dylan Gregory running for Amos Bowers. Roseburg ties it up. They've got a man at second with 2 down. And now Rylan Glasser fouls off the pitch for strike 1. Coming around to score on the throwing error was Nick Ruiz. And Roseburg ties it up here in the 5th inning. Check swing for strike 2. Glasser down 0-2 in the at-bat against Robertson. An unearned run for the Indians here in the 5th inning. Been traffic on the bases throughout the frame. Young out at second base. Glasser fouls one into the netting down the third base side, staying alive. An 0-2 count to the 9-hitter, waiting on deck, Paxton Burke, hoping for a chance here in this 5th inning. Pickoff throw to second base. They can't get the tag down in time. Throw into the second base side of the bag. The shortstop was covering. Nifty attempt there by Keegan Painter to try to, it almost looked like he tried to slap the tag down between his legs. Breaking ball on the corner for strike 3, and Robertson will keep the game tied as he battles through that 5th inning. Roseburg unable to get anything more than just the 1 run, but they get some benefit from a couple of errors here in the 5th inning, and they tie it up. 1-1 ball game as we head to the bottom of the 5th on 541radio.com and on the Score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in a backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Bottom of the fifth inning here at Harry and David Field in Medford. A 1-1 ball game. 8-9 one-hitters coming up for South Medford. Brady Clark will lead things off. First pitch swinging away. Pops it up. Playable behind home for Amos Bowers. He will make the catch, one away. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Roseburg Baseball on the score.
Now batting for the Panthers, number 6, Brady Clark.
Grady Clark will stand in with one out and nobody on base. Ground ball, right side, backhanded, knocked down by Young. He's got to get to first in time, and he will. Young knocked it down, stabbed at it, couldn't grab it couldn't grab it on the first attempt, but then does finally get the ball in the palm and throws it to Wirtz in time to retire Grady Clark. And it's a couple of pitches into this fifth inning for Fletcher Coleman, and he's got 2 outs. Top of the order coming up, Keegan Painter. Double his first at-bat, a hard-hit ball, fly out to right field in his last at-bat. He'll take high and away for ball 1. Today's game brought to you by McClendon Smokehouse, a family-owned meat shop and smokehouse offering a wide selection of fresh produce plus baked goods and a general grocery selection. Stop by on West Harvard Avenue. Bunt attempt, third base side, and it was a do-or-die play for A.J. Black at third, and he could not field it cleanly. Keegan Painter is on with his second hit in the ballgame.
For the Panthers, number 8, Easton Douglas.
So they get a man on at the top of the order on base with 2 outs. And Easton Douglas will try to see if he can do some damage. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame, and he's going to have a brief conversation with Coach Moody. Well, taking a look at the Southwest Conference scoreboard here, they appear to be in the bottom of the fifth inning, and Grants Pass leading Sheldon still, but the lead has dwindled. It is 4-2 in that one in the bottom of the fifth. Yesterday in non-conference action, this week it is South Eugene that is not playing a conference series. So South Eugene played yesterday. They took on North Salem at home, and they won that game 8-2. Pickoff throw to first. Tag not there in time for Wirtz. So South Medford picking up a victory. Good for them. Two down, first pitch, swing and a miss by Easton Douglas. 1-1 ball game here in the bottom of the fifth. Roseburg tying it up in the visiting half of this fifth inning. Another pickoff throw to first is not in time. Easton, last time he was up, hit one pretty well to right field, but caught by Rylan Glasser out there. Stands back in and takes a breaking ball for strike 2. They're just getting things underway over at Jim Maccabee Field, where North Medford is hosting Willamette in a doubleheader. Runner going as ball popped up, foul and out of play. On a summer night when the Medford Rogues are here in town playing, that would have kids scrambling everywhere to go get that souvenir, but not quite the same here on a high school baseball Saturday doubleheader. Still a great crowd out here today for us. 0-2 pitch. Coleman needs one more. Ground ball foul, first base side. And the barehanded play by the first base coach for South Medford, getting some oohs and ahs in the booth. Still an 0-2 count here for Douglas with 2 down and a man at first. Pitch misses and it goes to 1-2. Sheldon has rallied back. They've tied the game against Grants Pass. It is 4-4 in that matchup. in the bottom of the fifth still there. The 1-2 pitch, off speed, got him out in front, lifts it towards center field. Christian Corba will run underneath it, and that will finish off the fifth inning and keep this ball game tied at 1-1. We head to the sixth. The Roseburg Indians and the South Medford Panthers are tied at 1 as we go to the top of the sixth on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
At Roseburg Disposal, we're dedicated to meeting your garbage service needs. Started in 1932 by brothers Norm and Orville John, Roseburg Disposal continues to be owned and operated by the John family today, now in its third generation. Providing residential and commercial garbage disposal and recycling, we serve the greater Roseburg area. Invested in our community, our company has participated in many community projects, both financially and through donated services. Committed to our customers and our community, Roseburg Disposal.
Today's coverage of Roseburg High Sports brought to you by Gibbs RV Superstore. You gotta get to Gibbs. And by Palm Wealth Management, a member of D.A. Davidson & Company, member SIPC. 1-1 ball game. First pitch of the frame, outside, ball 1 to Paxton Burke. Burke leading things off for Roseburg. Inside, 2-0 count for Burke. Leadoff man 0 for 2. Fly out to right field and a ground out to second. Jetty Robertson still on the bump for Medford. And he will get one across for the Panthers. It'll be the top of the order here. 1, 2, 3 batters coming up. Burke, Coleman, and Corba. The 2-1 from Robertson. Missing high and away. The count goes 3-1. Looks like South Medford has rallied back. They've tied the game against Roseburg in the softball matchup. 1-1 in that one as they are in the top of the sixth there. 3-1 pitch to Burke is high and away. Ball 1. Or makes him ball that 4. That's a little bit more effective. That'll be a walk to lead things off here in the sixth inning. Second walk in the game for Jetty Robertson, and it's the second consecutive inning that Robertson will lead off the game, or lead off the frame with a walk. Roseburg was able to manufacture a run thanks to a couple of errors in the fifth inning after getting a leadoff walk. Not looking to bunt and sacrifice the runner over. Taking ball 1 is Fletcher Coleman. Coleman was on base with a bloop single back in the first inning. The 1-0 pitch. There goes Burke. Throw low, and the throw from Douglas goes into the outfield, and Burke is going to head for third. The right fielder Brady Clark got to it, and up to third base goes Paxton Burke. Paxton leads the team in stolen bases. He hasn't had one in a little while. As mentioned, he's been kind of a little bit in a struggle at the plate. That is stolen base number 21 on the year for Burke, and he'll end up at third base on the throwing error. So that is huge for the Indians. It's another error for the Panthers, and our count is, I think it's 1-1 maybe. Umpire was getting everybody on the board. They pull the infield in with a man at third and nobody out. Fletcher grounds one. It is off the mound. Race back to third base, and in safely will be Burke. On safely at first is Coleman. Nice job by Robertson on the mound to field it and look back the runner, but with the infield pulled in, Max Illy had come in and wasn't covering the bag at third, and so it was a foot race to get there, and if it's a foot race, Paxton Burke's got himself a really good chance to win, and he does win to get back to the bag. Doesn't score, but it doesn't commit an out, and Roseburg has runners on the corners with nobody out. It'll be Christian Corba to bat. The go-ahead run at third base for Roseburg. A 1-1 ball game here in the top of the 6th. Roseburg trying to rally late. Corba, line drive grounder up the middle. Hit off the mound and into center field. He'll drive in the go-ahead run for the Indians on just the second hit of the day for the Tribe. A hard hit ball right past the mound for Corba. And Roseburg will grab the lead here in the 6th. It's 2-1. Roseburg in front, still nobody out. And runners at first and second. And for Danner Wirtz, who has struck out twice in this one, this is a big opportunity for him to erase those memories. He takes a breaking ball for a strike. Out at second base, good speed in Fletcher Coleman. At first base, Christian Corba's got good speed as well. Roseburg takes a 2-1 lead here. Wouldn't you know it, in the top of the 6th over at the softball field, the Roseburg Indians take a 2-1 lead over South Medford. We're in the top of the 6th here as well. Nobody out. Indians on top by 1, trying to add to it. The 0-1 pitch to Wirtz in the dirt, knocked down by Douglas, who gets to it quickly, and we'll watch out at second base as Coleman goes back. A ball and a strike against the cleanup hitter, Danner Wirtz. Top of the order coming through for the Tribe here. Wirtz will take a breaking ball. They throw down to second base. Almost had a chance to get Coleman, but the ball off the glove and into the outfield. Coleman will stay at second base. He almost got picked off out there. He's kind of grabbing his side after sliding in. Now this is dirt on the infield out there. Roseburg has been accustomed to artificial turf at home, and you play on turf in a lot of places around the state anymore. And so playing on the actual dirt field, it's a little bit of a different feel. And Coleman's going to be good, but he continues to grab his side just a little bit after diving back in to get back safely out at second. A 1-2 count for Danner Wirtz. Robertson with his jersey untucked delivers. Off speed, it is fouled away and out of play. They go double barrels down in the bullpen for Roseburg. You've got the lefty Glasser throwing and the righty Paxton Burke throwing. There is activity in the bullpen for South Medford as well. The 1-2 pitch once again to Wirtz, who calls time and will be granted. Out at second base, Coleman was looking to try and head to third. He'll have to head back to the bag. Pitch inside on the 1-2 to Wirtz, just missing the corner there for Robertson. Two count. Roseburg leading 2-1 here in the top of the 6th. They grab their first lead of the day, but a strikeout, third of the day for Danner Wirtz. That is 7 punch-outs in the ball game for Jetty Robertson. And boy, he has had Danner Wirtz's number today. He's gotten him 3 times. A.J. Black will bat. He walked in the 5th inning. He takes high. Ball 1. A.J. walked in the 5th inning. Eventually was thrown out on a force-out play at third with a bunt attempt by Roseburg. But Roseburg started the 5th with a walk and ended up scoring a run to tie it. They started the 6th inning with a walk, and they've scored a run to take a lead. Robertson, the 1-0 pitch. Pops this one up, does A.J. Shallow right center, and going out and making the catch will be Rutgers, the second baseman. He was able to get out there, turn back towards the infield, and square that one up in time before it came down. Off the bat, I thought maybe it had a chance to try and just flare over the top of the infield and drop in the shallow outfield grass, but that ball hung up there just a bit. Nick Ruiz has been hit by a pitch twice. He will come up to bat here with runners at first and second. Be a prime spot for him to try and get his first hit of the day. They've got a lefty warming up in the bullpen for South Medford. I haven't been able to get a read on his number. that's 11. The 0-1 pitch for Robertson. That ball fouled towards the Roseburg dugout by Ruiz. That might be Isaiah Thomas. That seems to fit the bill. Lefty out there, so Thomas getting loose in the bullpen for the Panthers. We're in the top of the 6th. Roseburg grabs their first lead of the day at 2-1. Trying to add to it, they've got Fletcher Coleman out at second. And for a third time today, Nick Ruiz is going to get hit by a pitch, and that will load up the bases. Ruiz hugging that inside corner, not giving any inch to the pitcher, and he gets clipped once again. It'll be Amos Bowers that will bat, looking to try and come up with a big play. It's weird how these games are mirroring each other. I look down, Roseburg softball has the bases loaded in the top of the 6th with 2 outs, leading 2-1. Roseburg baseball has the same situation here in the top of the 6th. Robertson delivers the first pitch to Bowers. He'll hit one out towards right field, but it's going to carry enough out to Brady Clark for the final out. Got the barrel on it, just hit it right to the right fielder. And the Indians will leave the bases loaded. But they do take the lead. Roseburg's up by 1 with 1 run on 1 hit. There was 1 error and 3 runners left on base for the Indians. We head to the bottom of the 6th. It's 2-1. Roseburg in front on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To expand your portfolio? Consolidate your investments with Palm Wealth Management. Our trusted team makes it easy to diversify and track your investments. Let Palm Wealth Management coordinate your financial strategy. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Bottom of the 6th inning coming up. Heart of the lineup for South Medford as they trail 2-1. Today's game brought to you by Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be. Fletcher Coleman into his 6th inning of work. First time he will be on the mound with a lead in his favor. Roseburg up 2-1. It'll be Lewis, Robertson, and Rutgers due up here in this 6th inning. No hits for any of them, but they each have a walk in this ballgame. It'll be their 3rd time facing Fletcher Coleman. Coleman, the lefty. First pitch, it's lifted to right field where Rylan Glasser will wait for it to come down. He makes the catch, and that'll retire Jake Lewis on the first pitch of the 6th. Up next will be Jetty Robertson. He grounded into a double play back in the 3rd inning. Robertson will try to get on base for a 2nd time. Check swing, holds up. They will appeal down to first, and the ruling is he did not go around. It'll be a 1-0 count. Robertson walked back in the 1st inning, was left stranded at 2nd base as he takes outside, a 2-0 count. Back at Champion Car Wash Field, 3-0 lead for UCC on top of Mount Hood. Ball fouled off by Robertson for strike 1. A 2-1 count with 1 out, nobody on. Off the end of the bat again for Robertson. Covering the outside corner of the plate. Fouls it away. And he's got himself a 2-2 count. Two-two pitch outside, couldn't get the call on the outside corner. Roseburg trying to end a 4-game losing skid here. Lost 3 straight against Sheldon. Dropped the first one in this series as the full count pitch high and away, ball 4.
Now batting for the Panthers,
So Robertson will draw his second walk in the game. He's on with 1 out. 4th walk issued by Fletcher Coleman. They will bring in a courtesy runner, Luke Nash, to run at first base for the pitcher.
Panthers, number 16, Luke Nash.
Nash came in to run back in the first inning as well after a walk issued to Robertson. Dalton Rutgers up to bat, lined out to the first baseman to start things in the 4th inning in his last at-bat. Outside, ball 1. Ball fouled away. 1-1 count. Pickoff throw to first base, not in time. Stays a 1-1 count at the plate for Rutgers. Swing and a miss. And then a throw down to first base by Bowers. He throws it into right field. And up to second base will go the courtesy runner, Luke Nash. Tried to get Nash off the bag at first, and Bowers airmails it to first base. It goes down the line. Glasser there to back up the play. Takes away the double play option up the middle. At the plate, Rutgers, a 1-2 count. Strike 3. He goes down looking. Or no, excuse me. I guess I would jumped ahead in the count. 1-2. So we got the strike 2 across against Rutgers. A 1-2 count with 1 out and a man at second. That ball lifted to center field. Christian Corba tracking it back. Will make the catch. At second base, Nash tags but does not take off. 2 away. So I'll have to admit an embarrassing thing here. I was thinking I was following the Roseburg softball score. I was actually watching the Roseburg baseball matchup on Game Changer. It's what? 1-0. Final? 1-0. Okay, so that's why it looked like they were doing the exact same thing as we were doing, was because I was watching the wrong game and thinking it was softball. So go figure. Oh, man. Professional putts over here sometimes. 2 down in our game. I know it because I'm watching it in front of me. First pitch, a breaking ball for strike 1. So 1-0 though, final. Roseburg softball gets the win against South Medford in their first game, as the Roseburg girls have been on a bit of a hot streak. Good to see that. Roseburg trying to hang on to a 1-run lead here and take it to the 7th. A check swing. Oh no, excuse me, a foul ball off the bat on the check swing for strike 2. So, in the at-bat here against Dalton Rutgers, against Randy Patrick, an 0-2 count with 2 away. And a man out at second. Grounder left side. It's going to get through. They're going to send the runner from second. Throwing in. The ball cut off. Throw to the plate. It's not in time. Oh, bang, bang play at the plate. It looked like the Indians might have had a chance. The ruling is safe at home. The throw got there in time, but the tag, so close at the plate. A 2-out single for Randy Patrick drives in the game-tying run here in the 6th. We are squared away at 2 apiece, tied once again. First pitch, strike 1 to Max Illy. Oh, what a play at the plate. Just a hair late for the Indians. The 0-1. Line drive shot goes through the right side for Illy. Glasser will have it. They will hold the runner at second as the throw comes back in quickly from Glasser out in right field. So Illy will follow with a 2-out single. And runners at first and second with 2 down. We're going to get a pinch hitter here in the 8th spot for Brady Clark. Coming up to bat is going to be Cole Johannes, the junior. Johannes will take over for Clark, who is 0 for 2 in the game. Johannes on the season, batting .174. He'll take outside for ball 1. Lefty-lefty matchup here. South Medford rallies a 2-out rally here to tie the game. They've got 2 runners on with 2 down after back-to-back singles. Ground ball right side. It's going to get through as well. Glasser will have it out in right field. They're throwing the throw to the plate. Will not be in time. Johannes rolls one through the right side, just out of the reach of Mason Young at second. And running on contact, Patrick scores from second on a single to right field. And a 2-out rally gives South Medford the lead once again. They are in front 3-2 as they've scored twice here in the bottom of the 6th. 3 straight 2-out singles by the Panthers. And we will see a new runner out at second base.
Number 12, Clayton Saul.
That'll be Clayton Saul that will run out at second for Max Illy. A pinch runner out there. At the plate, Grady Clark, the 9-hitter. So South Medford rallies back late once again. They did that in the game on Tuesday up in Roseburg. Roseburg led most of the way in that one. South has led most of the way in this one, but Roseburg had overtaken the Panthers in the top half of this 6th inning for a narrow 1-run lead. But Coleman has not been able to hang on to it. A 1-0 count. Grady Clark at the plate. Roseburg trying to get through this 6th inning. They'll need to score at least 1 now in the 7th. There's a ball lifted right side, not very deep, running in. It's a fair ball. Getting the throw in. They've got runners off the bags. Wirtz is going to run the runner back to second base, and they will get the out at second. They had the second runner running to third as they thought they were going to send the runner from second all the way to the plate on a bloop single to right field. So they had 2 runners at third base, and they were able to get the 1 running back to second for the final out here in the 6th. Well, another base running mistake there for the Panthers, but they do grab the lead, 3-2 as we head to the 7th inning. Roseburg needs 1 to tie it up here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
number 2, Mason Young.
Go to the top of the 7th. Mason Young will come up to bat. It is 3-2. South Medford in front of Roseburg by 1. Roseburg needs 1 to keep the game going. A breaking ball from Jetty Robertson in for a strike 1 to Mason Young. Young is 0 for 2 in the game, reached on a fielder's choice in the 5th. 8-9-1 hitters coming up as Roseburg tries to battle their way back once again. A 1-1 count here for Young. Looks like the players that came in as pinch runners and pinch hitters in that 6th inning have exited the game as players return in the same spot defensively. Throw over to first base on a roller towards short by Young. There's 1 away for the Indians. Keegan Painter will make the play, and South Medford needs 2 more to win the series and keep Roseburg's losing streak going. We'll have game 2 coming up about 30 minutes after the conclusion of game 1. First pitch to Glasser is a strike. Rylan Glasser 0 for 2 with a strikeout looking his last time up. The 0-1 from Robertson. It's in for strike 2. Glasser leaves the bat on the shoulder. The 0-2 pitch, fouled away. Well, Roseburg hung around, found their way in front, but then could not hang on to it on a 2-out rally there by South in the 6th. Outside on the 0-2 pitch to the lefty. Robertson's 1-2 delivery. Check swing fouled away. Nice job defending the zone for Glasser. On deck, the top of the order, Paxton Burke reached on a walk and scored the go-ahead run for the Indians in the 6th. He'll get a chance to get on base. He's hoping to do it with a man on. Outside, Glasser works himself to a 2-2 count. Today's ball game brought to you by Roseburg Country Club, established in 1922, offering an 18-hole course with excellent year-round playability. Find out more at roseburgcountryclub.com. High and away, and the count goes full. Robertson falls behind against the 9-hitter. Glasser waits on the full count pitch. Fouls away that one and will force Robertson to throw another. Three balls, 2 strikes. Once again, the full count pitch. Strike 3 called. Frozen with a fastball at the top of the zone, in on the hands. Another strikeout looking for Glasser, and Roseburg down to their final out in this one. Strikeout number 8 on the day for Jetty Robertson. He's trying to finish off a complete game victory for the Panthers. Paxton Burke trying to find a way on and see if the Indians can get a 2-out rally going like South did in the bottom of the 6th. Paxton hitless in this one, but he walked and scored a run. He takes a breaking ball for a strike. Burke waits on the 0-1. Fouls it back for strike 2. Robertson needs 1 more to get through game 1 of the doubleheader. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Final score of game 1, 3-2. South Medford rallies back. Jetty Robertson finishes off a complete game victory with his 9th strikeout in the game. And Roseburg falls for a 5th consecutive time in a tight one here against South Medford. 3-2 the final score in game 1. We'll have game 2 coming up in about 20 to 30 minutes from now. And we will come back with a quick recap of game 1 here in just a moment. Final score 3-2. the Roseburg Indians fall to South Medford. We will have a look at all the numbers when we come back after this 3-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in our backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat anytime you're hungry. Pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Looking to expand your portfolio? Consolidate your investments with Palm Wealth Management. Our trusted team makes it easy to diversify and track your investments. Let Palm Wealth Management coordinate your financial strategy. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
At Roseburg Disposal, we're dedicated to meeting your garbage service needs. Started in 1932 by brothers Norm and Orville John, Roseburg Disposal continues to be owned and operated by the John family today, now in its third generation. Providing residential and commercial garbage disposal and recycling, we serve the greater Roseburg area. Invested in our community, our company has participated in many community projects, both financially and through donated services. Committed to our customers and our community, Roseburg Disposal.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Well, the struggles continue for the Roseburg Indians here in Game 1 as they will drop their 5th consecutive game. And Roseburg, unfortunately, going the wrong direction here on this one. And we'll see if they can bounce back and finally get back in the win column with Game 2 coming up in just a few. Final score is 3-2 South Medford with the victory. Joey Keeran here with you as we got the post-game show, and then we will get you into Game 2 coming up. We will have a kind of look around the Roseburg High School athletic department and check out what's going on here in the spring season for other programs, and we will kind of get you caught up on some things as we get ready for Game 2. Taking a look at it here real quick, Roseburg 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 error. They left 5 men on base, and for South Medford 3 runs, 8 hits, 3 errors, and 5 men left on base. It was a run in the first for South Medford. Leadoff double by Keegan Painter. He would come in to score on a ground out by Jake Lewis. Roseburg tied it up in the 5th inning. A throwing error would allow a run to come in to score for the Indians. They tried to start a double play. The relay to first got away, and that allowed a run to come in, tied us up at 1 apiece. Roseburg grabbed a 2-1 lead in the top of the 6th inning. A leadoff walk to Paxton Burke got him on base. He stole second, and the throw to second base got away, so he got to third base. He would end up coming in to score on an RBI single by Christian Corba to give Roseburg a 2-1 lead. But South Medford With 2 outs against them, they would have 4 straight singles, and they would score twice to build a 3-2 lead in the bottom of the 6th. And Jetty Robertson comes out and gets a 1-2-3 7th inning for the victory. Robertson goes 7 innings. He allows 2 runs on 2 hits, 2 walks, 9 strikeouts, and 3 hit batters. All of them were Nick Ruiz. Robertson gets the win to go to 3-2 on the season. Fletcher Coleman ends up taking the loss. He pitches a complete game, 6 innings, allows 3 runs on 8 hits, 4 walks, and 1 strikeout. Coleman goes to 1-2 on the season. For Roseburg, offensively, just 2 hits in the game, one by Coleman, and then the RBI single by Corba in the 6th. Nick Ruiz was hit by a pitch 3 times, scored a run, and Roseburg did have 2 walks. One of them was to Paxton Burke, and that resulted in a run, and one of them to A.J. Black as well. On the other side for South Medford, Keegan Painter goes 2 for 3 with a double and a single, scored a run. Let's see here. Jetty Robertson walked twice, and the courtesy runner for the pitcher scoring a run in that spot. Randy Patrick was 2 for 3 with a pair of singles. 1 drove in a run. He also ended up scoring. Max Illy was 2 for 3 with a pair of singles. Cole Johannes had a pinch hit single, RBI single, and Grady Clark goes 1 for 3 with a single in the game as well. That is how Game 1 plays out here. Roseburg will fall to 10-8 on the year overall. They're 6-5 in league play. South Medford now 13-7 overall, 8-6 in Southwest Conference play. We'll have more coming up as Game 2, not that far from now. We'll have that for you here. If you're watching the video stream online, we'll start a new broadcast for the second game, so look for that. If you are with us on the radio or listening to the stream online, just stay right where you are. We've got more Roseburg baseball coming up for you. I'm Joey Keeran. Game 1 goes to the Panthers. They'll take the series, but Roseburg will look to scratch out at least 1 win against South when we come back. Game 2 coming up in just a bit. Up next is the Roseburg Disposal pregame show for Game 2 when we return here on 541radio.com and on the